Hello everyone and welcome to another video from Arctic Retro. So in this video I'm going to take a look at this package. I just got a donation and yeah, the package looks a little bit scary. It looks like I don't know, a tombstone or a coffin, and it's quite heavy. Yeah, several kilos. So let's open it and take a look at what it is, but I can reveal it's an old computer. I have actually stopped with those regular mail and donations videos. However, I'm still gonna feature single items or yeah, a few items now and then if it's of interest. And definitely this was sent from Johans here in Norway, and it's an old PC laptop. Let's open it up. It's apparently very well packaged, which is good. Another layer of card box and tape, and inside here there's a heavy item packed in plastic bubble wrap, and a smaller item. Ta-da! I said a laptop, but it looks more like a desktop PC. We'll take a further look at it in a minute. Just wanna see what's inside this. What's this? Maybe the power supply? Yes, it's a power supply. Nice. This looks to be a modern one. However, the PC, a big monster of a laptop. Yeah, it's an Arima 286 computer. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. If you need to have produced your own PCBs, then just visit PCBWay and you can get an instant quote for your own PCBs produced for as low as $5 for 5 PCBs. They also do other stuff like advanced PCB. They do CNC machining and 3D printing, sheet metal fabrication, and prototype PCB assembly, among other things. Also visit their shared project site where you can find a lot of already made PCB designs. So go ahead and visit PCBWay.com and check out their services. Yeah, Arima ACT286. Never heard about that brand before. Maybe you have. Yeah, cosmetically it seems to be in good shape. Yeah, it's a little bit dirty, lots of spots. It says Arima Computer Corporation, model number ACT286410, and the serial number, made in Taiwan. So let's check it out. What does it have? Well, it's a printer port, 2 serial ports, floppy disk drive port, VGA, that's nice, and an expansion. On this side there's a phone and line, but it's blocked off. In the front we have a floppy disk drive, reset button, a bay for a second floppy disk drive, I guess. What's this? It's a handle, yeah. Okay, it seems to be a broken plastic, but it's a metal inside, carrying handle. Okay, and on this side, power switch, power input. Yeah, just a sticker there, and you have these latches on the side for the monitor. So let's measure how thick is this. Well, it's 10 centimeters. I think it weighs like 7 kilos. So you open the monitor, and there's a keyboard, obviously. Yeah, that looks nice. A couple of sliders for contrast and brightness. Word perfect keyboard shortcuts in Norwegian, and it's a Norwegian keyboard with letters A, Ö, O. That's our special national inheritance of writing language, I guess. Or the other Nordic countries has them too, but Sweden has a little bit different characters. And that means we always have to have special keyboards. Here's a sticker. It says, caution, clean this screen with a soft dry cloth, or use no solvents or no paint or benzene. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. So there's some glue residue there, so I guess it's from there. The actual screen looks to be in good shape. A few scratches. Keyboard looks to be nice. The screen hinges seems to be a little bit loose. It probably needs some adjustment. So supposedly this machine doesn't work, and obviously I'm gonna test that pretty soon, so just hang in here. So what is an Arima 286 computer? Well, let's take a look here at the big internet. If I Google Arima ACT 286, there's actually not much at all. If I Google only Arima 286, there's some sales links. I think actually the first one is the actual ad, which this is this machine. It says the screen is not working. It has a new CMOS battery last year. It's been disassembled, cleaned, reseated the chips. He has reconstructed a broken part for the power input. Doesn't count the correct RAM. Apparently didn't find a hard disk drive. So he tried to sell it, but apparently didn't have any luck, just 500 NOK. So he actually asked if I wanted it, and I said yes. I got it for free. I paid for the shipping, that's all. However, there isn't a lot of other information about this computer. There's an Arima computer group. Yeah, it's actually a website, arima.com.tw. That's Taiwan. 1989. Seems to be still going strong. And here's an Arima laptop database. '94, '93. I mean, 286 came, I don't remember, late 80s. This doesn't have that. It's only 486s and newer. No, it seems there's no information whatsoever about this particular computer except a few sales ads. So that's what I have. Yeah, might be dead, but we'll see. It seems like the keyboard is possible to take out, but yeah, it's loose. But how do you do it? Okay, you need to pull out the handle. Oh, there's a couple of floppy disks. Nice. And there's a secret compartment. Oh, that's the battery. Nickel cadmium, 12 volts. It's a 2.5 ampere hours, maintenance free, rechargeable. It's probably dead a long time ago. Let's measure the voltage. Yeah, that's easy accessible, and not like on modern laptops where you cannot replace the battery. 5 large cells. So let's see now. You can obviously detach the keyboard too. Yeah, it looks like a regular PS2 contact. Yeah, just glue that back on again so it don't go missing. Okay, let's check. Yeah, 1.6 volts. What's on these floppies then? It says Arima Computer Corp Utility Diskette. And this one, external keypad program diskette. Keypad. Yeah, interesting machine. However, can we get this to work? This seems like a very small and weak power supply for this monster machine. It's only 2 amps. So that's not much. Maybe that's the reason it won't work as good. I'm just gonna plug it in and see what happens. And then I might find a better power supply. Let's see what happens, if anything. Yeah, it actually starts, and I hear the ticking of a hard drive, but nothing on the screen. But since this machine has an external VGA output, I can hook up my TV. Yeah, I moved it over here. Oh, it's so damn heavy. It's as heavy as an old PC. So let's see now. VGA. Yeah, look at that. System halted. CMOS inoperational. Okay, something's wrong with the CMOS. Control Alt Delete. Does that work? Nope. Yeah, it said something before this, but I don't know what that is. Yeah, so apparently there's something wrong with this machine, and I don't know if I'm gonna dig deeper into it. Obviously, if not, this is gonna be a short video. I'm gonna hook it up to my bench power supply, and I set it to 3.2 amps max. Let's see what it actually draws. Wow, it actually draws 1.5 amps immediately, even if it's powered off. So I guess it's trying to charge the battery, but it goes down. Now I'm turning it on. Yeah, it was up there around 2 amps, so, but it goes down to 1.4, so that power supply should be enough then. But still the same as expected. Let's check the battery now. Yeah, it actually gained some voltage, 9.5, but it's dropping very rapidly, so I don't think it can keep the voltage for very long. All right then, there's nothing more to do than to just open this up. Just need to figure out how. Probably not the easiest machine to open. There's 2 screws there, no in the front. And let's figure out why it's so heavy. There's no screws under it. There's 3 screws there. Can't do much more than just to start taking out the screws. Some flat-headed screws in the back. So depending on what kind of CMOS battery it is, and maybe we can replace it. But he said he already replaced it, but I don't know. The thing with these kinds of machines is that there are always some hidden tricks how to open them, a lot of clips and stuff. Yeah, and some of the more difficult tasks on these machines is to get off the screen. Sorry about the glare. Maybe it's some kind of lids here. Yes. But I'm not sure if we need to go into that yet. That's all I could find. Well, it seems to be loose already. Just clipped in. I think it's held here by some clip. There's a couple of screws down there. Yeah, now it's loose in the middle there. Yeah, that's some very long screws. Okay, now then. Yeah. Okay, it seems to be all loose. However, the screen must be connected by some kind of cable that needs to be detached. Yeah, it seems there's a cable there and there's some cables going there, so apparently we need to remove the bottom plastic also. No, apparently not. The clue was to to make this go down in this position so it didn't block for the top. So now this is loose, and this shield can be taken off to take off the cables, and here's the floppy drive and the hard drive. Hopefully there's some easily removable contacts. It's kind of fun to take off and I mean disassemble these kinds of old machines, especially when you have no service manual or anything to go by. So yeah, now this is loose. Yeah, here's the power supply and the pots for the brightness and contrast. There's the screen cable, just to get the built-in monitor out of the way. Don't want to lose that one. Use tape. This is the power for the monitor, and now that can be removed. Alright, let's see what happens when we plug in the power. Yeah, seems like there has been a repair there to the power contact. There's a lot of epoxy. I mean, let's see what happens when we measure some voltages. Now the power button, the machine is off, but let's see what we have out here. Yeah, 11.3. But if we turn on the machine, the hard drive spins. It's a Connor. What does it say? Doesn't say anything about the capacity. But let's see now if we have anything to the monitor. Yeah, it's 12 volts. So why the monitor isn't working? Could be many things. Obviously it could be bad contact or something on the motherboard, or it could be the monitor itself, some of the driver chips that's gone or something. Then we just need to take it further apart. Seems like the floppy drive and the hard drive is mounted from underneath this metal plate, so that needs to come off then. Probably a lot more screws. Let's start with these. Is it the same length? No, those are longer. Isn't it fun when all the screws are different size and you need to keep track of them? And this power supply, it's a module of its own. It's screwed into this bracket here. Yeah, there's 4 screws here holding the handlebar. Those are more solid apparently. I mean, not the screws, but the fastenings. Long screws. This can be moved away then. 1 screw down there holding this plastic piece, which is the front reset button and the LEDs. And luckily there's a connector for that. Red goes to the left. I'm documenting everything because I fear I need to look back at the footage when I'm gonna assemble it again. No, this whole thing is loose, but not in the back. There's obviously some more screws. I think it's loose. It's just held by the ports sticking out of the plastic. This came loose. No, if you just, it seems like it's just held in place with these tabs. So you're supposed to bend it and then pull it. But then again, this is connected to the motherboard with some contacts. I think it's just about using a little bit of force here and drag it out. However, the floppy and the hard drive connectors, it's holding it. Disconnect those. Very short cables. Yeah, we need to free up power contacts too. They are hidden down there. And one of them was quite loose. Maybe I pull it now. Maybe I should have taken a photo of this, but I hope it shows on the video about how those are connected. Yeah, now we're free. Nice. Yes, and that revealed a nice looking motherboard with some other board on top here. Probably the video card, and yeah, because that's the contact for the monitor. We have the RAM, 4 sticks, Arima BIOS, some custom chips, a lot of logic chips. Let's see if we can find the CPU. There's a big chip under here. Can't see it, so I'm gonna remove the card here. So there's 2 screws on this side only. I guess the connector is there. Okay, now it's loose. But how is it attached? I don't want to pull too hard. Yeah, there seems to be a connector under here and here, as I suggested. Just need to gently pull it up. So what do we have here? Yeah, probably just some old VGA graphics card. It says here VGA board made in Taiwan. The chips are from 1989, at least some of them. 8930. This is the RAM, I guess, for the VGA card. Yeah, that revealed a couple of custom chips from Chips. And this is the CPU, the 286. It's a little bit hard to see the label. Let's see if I zoom in. Now we can read it. It's an N80-286-12, and it's Intel, copyright 1982. But it seems to have been produced in 1986. There's a battery over here, Xeno, it says. Let's check if it has any voltage. 3.6. Is that what it's supposed to have? Yeah, I can see under here it says 3.6 volts. Anyway, since it said that the BIOS was inoperable, then it might have something to do with these. These are 2 ROMs, and there's Arima BIOS and there's an AMD chip. But I'm gonna go over this whole board now and check if I can see anything wrong. On the surface there are some tantalum caps. They are known for going bad and even explode. See if any of those are shorted or not. So it actually says that the CMOS is inoperational. I think I said BIOS before, but here you see the actual startup message that shows before that message. So we have the 2 BIOS chips there, and I was looking around the board to find any sort of CMOS chips, but I couldn't find anything. Then I start checking these larger custom chips here. This one, it's the P82C206, and when I looked up that, it is actually containing CMOS functionality and a real-time clock. So this is the chip for that. It has 128 bytes of memory too, and it is hooked up to the battery to keep it running even if the machine is off. So if the fault is in this chip, then it needs to be replaced. I actually checked eBay, and it's possible to get these chips quite cheaply. I found some around $15. But first I'm thinking I'm gonna just disconnect the battery just to reset the CMOS in this chip. This chip is also responsible for a lot of other stuff. I found the datasheet for that chip, integrated peripherals controller 82C206. It has a lot of stuff, DMA controllers, interrupt controllers, timer counter, real-time clock, memory mapper, blah blah blah. So this is a lot of stuff integrated into one chip. And if we go down to this chapter, here it says real-time clock functional description. Reading and writing to the 128 locations in the real-time clock is accomplished by first placing the index address of the location in which to access on the data input pins XD0 to XD6. And yeah, stuff like that, and it provides the time of day. So that's one thing, but something needs to keep that running, and if we take a look at the pins, I found that on pin 15 it says PSRSTB. This input is used to establish the condition of the control register when power is applied to the device. In PC80 compatible design, this pin should be tied to the battery backup circuit. Yeah, so that means that pin 15 is hooked up to the battery. And there's also pin 14, power good, must be high for the bus cycles in which the CPU accesses the real-time clock. So I'll try to reset the CMOS and the real-time clock. On many motherboards there's a jumper you can use to do that, but on this one I can't find any jumpers. Let's see now. The battery has 3.6 volts. Let's see now if we can find the battery voltage on pin 15. I think it's this one. Yeah, there's 3.2 volts. So I'm just gonna desolder the battery and solder it back in, see if that does anything. First I thought this chip was responsible for the real-time clock, but this is in fact a so-called line delay. But it looks kind of like those Dallas real-time clock chips. Yeah. And then leave it out for a while. So the battery is back in. Now I want to test to see if it did any change. See if I can get this in just temporarily. And I forgot the video card also has to go in. Did that do anything? Nothing. Hard drive doesn't spin. Did I forget to hook something up, or this was strange. I noticed that the connection to the power output is almost broken, but this part needs to be connected to ground. You see, here's a ground on this shield, and if I touch it there, no, there, then it starts up, but nothing on the screen. So I wonder if I actually need to have the built-in monitor attached. So if I remove it, then it stops. No, it's just me. It's a bad contact actually. I don't have to touch the actual metal. That was just a coincidence. It's just some bad contact here or here, I don't know. Yeah, I need to figure out that. I connected the built-in monitor, but it still doesn't work. So I made it worse apparently. I don't know what I could have done. Oh boy, you quickly run into trouble with these old machines. I wonder if I attached the graphics card correctly. It sits there hard enough. I'm gonna clean with some contact cleaner. Nothing looks dirty or corroded or anything. It's properly in. Maybe I need to put in the screws to get the proper grounding. I don't think that should have anything to do with it, but you never know. Yeah, okay, now the screen works. So no need to have the built-in screen in, but it's still the same. So CMOS in operational, system halted. So I googled that error message, and yeah, it can be several things. It can be the CMOS itself, I mean the CMOS memory or the real-time clock, but it also can be obviously the BIOS. The BIOS can be faulty, or of course it could be something completely different, like something wrong with something else, or some other component necessary, logic chips, or even broken traces, you never know. So this might be hard to figure out. But my next step now, I think, is to take out the BIOS chips and scan them and see if they're okay, and perhaps I make a set of new BIOS chips. I figured out that bad contact is in the switch itself. If I just touch the switch, it turns off. So I might need to replace that, but not now. This is the worst thing with this machine. It's that whenever you want to test something, you need to assemble it partly and then take it apart again. Now I need to... No. I was thinking the BIOS chips was under here, but they're there. But still I need to take in and out the whole module with the hard drive and everything, power supply. Yeah, everything's disconnected. I'm taking out the BIOS chips. Oh, seems to be very loose. I'm thinking maybe cleaning up first might help. A little bit of contact cleaner. That's a lot. And the actual chips, I just use a fiberglass pen here to wipe all the pins. And then a Q-tip with some contact cleaner. Yeah, now they look more shiny. Now using the EEPROM burner, I can read the contents of these chips and see if it works okay. There's a upper and lower BIOS chip, and this one is marked as a 27C256, so it should be easy to read, AMD. So just search AM27C256, there it is, DIP28, select, then read. Yeah, it's the check ID, always take that off. Yeah, that succeeded, and we can see here some text, HB98 MRC, not readable, but there's something at least. But it looks kind of weird. Maybe I should compare it to the content of a downloaded version. Let's read the other chip. Yeah, it reads okay. I don't see any recognizable text, however. Yeah, I downloaded a BIOS from some page, and it's probably not the exact same. However, it looks the same in the top here, the bytes here, at ... 02190, and here's a screenshot from the one I had at ... 029 EU. So I think the BIOS chips are okay. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the chips themselves. I guess it's the original chips, so they should work. Let's see now when I've cleaned them up, if that made any difference. Yes, I inserted the BIOS chips, and now there's no picture, no video output, so I don't know what's up with this. It just seemed very unstable. Now I got it back. I disconnected the hard drive. I'm not sure if I connected it. The connector maybe was inserted the wrong way. I don't know, but yeah, it's still the same. So hard to know what to do next. If it's the big chip containing the real-time clock and the BIOS. Nope, no fun. I'm gonna give it one more try. I'm gonna replace the BIOS with another version, see if maybe it can show some more information about what's faulty here, but CMOS in operational seems serious enough that this won't start. I made a couple of BIOS chips from some random 286 AMI BIOS, so let's see what happens if we replace the original BIOS. I'm not at all sure what kind of BIOS I downloaded. I just googled for AMI BIOS 286. Oh shit. So these are marked high and low. So this is the high. See if at all something is happening with these. Something different. So what do we get now? But no video signal again. Why? Ah, all right, there it is, yeah. Okay, so it's the same. CMOS in operational, system halted. Maybe I just got the same CMOS that I had. I mean, the content was a little bit different, but the functionality may be the same. But I'm still not giving up this beautiful machine with these nice yellow ribbon bands. I'm gonna try with the XT-IDE BIOS just to see if I can get that to work. Just need to take out these and erase them. So back in 10 minutes. By the way, here's where I found that other BIOS. The RetroWeb, I just searched for 286 AMI BIOS and found this, and there's a download link. It says here vendor AMI. The XT-IDE Universal BIOS, I think it's an open source project that has made a more modern BIOS for those old machines, XT and AT machines, that has features that didn't exist back then, like for example accessing IDE hard drives. I did a little bit of Googling, and supposedly there is one specifically for 286 machines, but I couldn't find it here. It's there's the 386 variant, and then you have the AT and PS2 and Tiny, and for the XT. I'm not really sure if this machine is an XT or an AT, but it's so new that I think it's actually an AT, so I think that's the one I'm gonna download. There's 2 binary files there as well. So if I load that one into the programmer, we can take a look at it. Now it says here in clear text, XT-IDE Universal BIOS AT. And this is a build from just a few days ago. Let's try that. By the way, I wonder what this empty socket is for. Maybe any one of you knows. Any changes? Let's see. Seems like every time I want to test this machine, nothing happens, and then I fix something. It's not easy to see if you hit the correct pins, which in case I didn't, the hard drive power connector. Yeah, now we have nothing. No output on the screen. It's on VGA. Nope, nothing. So I guess those BIOS chips are not compatible. I mean, that version is not compatible with this machine. Yeah, I'm just realizing I'm a little bit quick here. As always, you cannot simply just download those BIOS bin files and burn them. You have to use this configuration tool here. It comes with the downloads. So I just loaded the first one, and then you can do some configuration stuff. Found serial controllers. So I'm trying to figure out that, and then I try again. Tried again, but no success. I'm really not sure that I understand how you actually make these XT-IDE BIOSes. However, I do know that you need to know some stuff about the computer, like memory addresses and stuff like that, because that is configuration parameters for making the BIOS ROMs. However, I have no idea about those things for this machine. I wish I could use a post analyzer card on this machine, but I can't. It's probably possible to connect it to the back expansion port if you have the correct adapter, which I don't have. I mean, a ROM, to start executing code, it must be placed in the correct memory address, of course, corresponding to the machine, and I know too little about that, unfortunately. So I think I can't go that route with the XT-IDE as of yet. So that means it might be this chip here that needs to be replaced. And to get that, it takes a couple of weeks at least, so I'm not able to finish this video. But I think I'll make this part 1, and there's a lot of other stuff to do on this machine, so I think I'll call this video done, and then you just have to wait for part 2 and see if that will come someday. I'm gonna order such a chip. Yeah, see if I can manage to replace it in the next video. This is of course surface mount soldering involved, and I'm not too used to that, so that can be interesting. Also, we need to take a look at the actual built-in monitor, see if we can get that working. And according to the seller, there was an issue with detecting the correct RAM, so maybe that's an issue too to follow up on. So that's what I ended up with, a lot of mess on my bench and on my floor. And just want to say thanks for watching, and special thanks to my patrons and members on YouTube. See you later. Bye bye.